miracles to perform. God is gonna bless you for just holding on. I feel a breakthrough coming your way. It's a mighty move of God. It's a mighty move of God. Gonna change your day. The signs and wonders, miracles to perform. God's gonna bless you. God is gonna bless you. Just holding on. Just hold on. Come on, say. Just hold on. Change is coming. Oh, I feel it in the air. It's in the atmosphere. Just hold on. Change is coming. Oh, a move of God. A move of God is on the way. Come on, say it. I feel a breakthrough coming your way. It's a mighty move of God. Gonna take have breath. Praise ye the Lord.
And bump that other neighbor and tell him it's my turn. It's my turn. About a month ago, on a Saturday afternoon, my wife decided that she would take the girls to go to Wally World. For you educated folks, that's Walmart. And so she went with the girls and left the boys with me. And Malik talked Jadakiss into coming in and asking me to play the We Game system. Like I didn't know that he convinced the youngest one to come in and ask me. But it was Saturday, and so I said, sure, y'all can play for a little while. Now, I know that may seem strange for some of you because they had to ask to play. But see, in my house, you just don't cut television on and game systems on and go in my refrigerator when you get good and ready. You don't do that until you start paying bills. And the thing is, I want to teach my children that in life there must be structure. Now, you may allow your children to have full run of your house and tell you what to do, when they're going to do it, get on the telephone. But as for me and my house, ain't but one man in that house. And my kids know if you want something, you have to get permission. Because that's how it is in life. And God has called us to be stewards of our children. So I said, go play. And they were in that play, and I was in the bedroom watching some preaching on television. They played for about 45 minutes, and then my wife and the girls came back home. And of course, the girls, they wanted to play. And so I told Malik and Jake, I said, y'all go ahead and let the girls play. And so Moesha and Nene, they went in, they played the little Wii game system, and they played that game, and it was over. And Malik and Jadakiss got up to grab the controllers again. And I told them, I said, no, it's still the girls' turn. You see, because what they were thinking, that we were still playing under the old system. And under the old system, we play, they play. We play, they play. But the difference in today was that the father said, it's still the girl's turn. Some of you almost got it. And it did not matter what the old system was. Whenever the father speaks, he cancels out any other systems. Some of y'all still don't have it. I used to be in the slow class too, so I'm going to break it down for you. Whenever God speaks, it does not matter what the world say. Whatever God says, go. He is the master and the creator of the universe. So even if the law of nature says what goes up must come down, if God says when you go up, you ain't coming back down, get ready to stay on top. Because whenever the Father speaks, it does not matter what they say. It does not matter what the system says. If God says so, you better go with God. So it doesn't matter if they say you don't have enough education, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not tall enough, you're not light-skinned enough, you don't have enough experience. It does not matter. If God says you're next in line, get ready to be next in line. And when God said it's your turn, you got to learn how to bump folk out of your way and say, the master just called me. It doesn't matter if you were in the back of the line. Whatever the Father speaks, get ready to move from the back. Anybody want to get out of the back of the line? Y'all looking at me like y'all crazy. I'm God, that God don't go by my resume, how he gonna me. God don't go by my history, how he gonna bless me. Whenever the Father speaks, Whatever rule or operation or system, God always supersedes that. Jesus, in this parable, he talks to his disciples because they're worried now. If you read the chapter before that, you know, it's the text about the young rich ruler, and he walked away because he didn't want to give up all of his riches to follow Jesus. And Peter makes this statement to Jesus. He said, well, Master, we have given up everything to follow you. Peter, you didn't give up nothing. You had a little fishing boat. But is that not how we are? And so Jesus sets this parable to teach them a lesson, but also to teach us a lesson. You see, the Jews thought because they were Abraham's seed that somehow they had a greater privilege with God. And Jesus here in this text teaches us that God, and this is going to blow some of y'all theology out of the water, that God is no respecter of person. And God shows favor. My wife asked me this question about a month ago. She said, baby, something been bothering me. I said, what is it? She said, how can we say God is no respecter of person, but in the same voice then say God showed favor? Is that not contradicting? How can he be no respecter of person, but then the next thing you're talking about, I got the favor of God on me. Favor isn't fair. And can I be honest with you? For a minute, she had me. I said, baby, that's a good question. Here's for the preachers and the teachers. Listen, don't always try to come up with an answer. Sometimes you look smarter just telling folk, that's a good question. Let me get back to you on this. Here's the thing. We have used sayings, quoting certain scriptures in church, and we have no idea about the context of that scripture. It's just been said all the time, and it sounds real good, and it's real catchy. Favor isn't fair. God is no respecter of person. But in Acts 10, and I think round about the 34th verse, that's where we find this text where it says God is no respecter of person. But you got to understand in what context that Peter is talking about. Peter's doing this talking in Acts. But Peter goes down to Cornelius' house. Cornelius is a Gentile. And salvation had not come to the Gentiles yet. But Peter, before he went to Cornelius' house, was sleeping. And God shows him a vision where he drops down heaven and show him all kinds of animal. And God tell him, get up and eat. And Peter say, not so, Lord. I can't eat unclean animals. And God says, whatever I call clean, don't you call unclean. And so when Peter comes to Cornelius' house, Peter begins